What's going on, everyone? If you like the videos I'm putting out on this channel, remember to hit that like button. And remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way you get all my content right to your device every time I upload. And I thank you for your continued support. Welcome to After Dragon Ball Super, where we discuss the unresolved plot threads of the Dragon Ball Super anime, episodes 1 through 131. And this video topic is one that I've had requested more than any other one. I was doing live streams and people were asking about it. They're asking about it on all forms of social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. This is one that people have been asking about, and we're going to get to the bottom of it here on this video. And that is, when 17 made the wish to resurrect the universes, to bring them back, the deleted universes, did he, without knowing, accidentally wish back universes 13 through 18, which are the ones that Zeno had destroyed prior to the tournament? We're going to delve into this topic because it is one that I'm seeing constantly from everyone, and I actually read the comments. I look at what you guys say, so let's go ahead and have a discussion on it. Joining me to discuss this, please welcome back to the channel, Detective Q, otherwise known as Quaman.
Yeah, well, yeah, you could just say I changed my name back, so, like, you don't have to do Detective Q anymore, but yeah, I'm here, guys.
You're right, you did change your name back, and I had seen, you're actually just Quaman now, you took the land out.
Yeah, I just cut it. New times.
Bro, you changed your names more than Tengen, bro.
Mm-hmm. If
That's
only
crazy.
they knew about Discord.
If only they knew. And, well, you did it on Twitter, too.
Yeah.
Let's not forget Snow Black. But anyways, let's talk about this unresolved plot thread. So what I want to talk to you about is, you know, this theory. Now, in the past, I've talked about how Dragon Ball fans always are theorizing. And some of the theories are really, really good, and some are really, really bad. This theory, I think, is one of the good ones, because when you look at what 17 actually said and what was translated, he said, I want to wish back all the deleted universes. He didn't specify the ones deleted in this tournament. He said all the deleted universes. He never said just this tournament or just in the past, 48 hours or whatever. So this has led people to believe that the 6 deleted universes that were talked about in the Trunks arc that Whis explained to Goku and Vegeta were deleted by Zeno way back in the day, that they may have been wished back. And there's also speculation that maybe the villain of the new Dragon Ball Super movie coming out in December could be from this universe. So it's a good theory. It's one that I think that Toei and Toriyama have as a hat trick, pull the rabbit out of a hat. In other words, if they don't go with it for the movie, it could be something that they have in a future arc. I mean, it actually makes sense, but there's problems, and I think the main problem I want to talk to you about is the fact that if that were the case, it was not addressed whatsoever in Super Episode 131. You would think that Whis, the Grand Priest, you would think that these characters who have these staffs that can look into other universes, you would think that one of them would have been able to sense that, oh, wait a minute, there are 6 more universes now. Nobody made a mention of it, but to play devil's advocate, maybe they were too busy, congratulating themselves. Everybody was happy to be back. Grand Priest was talking to Zeno. Maybe they didn't even notice what was really going on. So what's your take on all this?
Well, whenever these things happen in the Dragon Ball series, I always try to separate the difference between what's realistic for the actual story and what's realistic for the people who are creating the story. And in terms of the actual story itself, I think it makes perfect sense for them to possibly come back, only because of the fact that he specifically said, as you said, 17, mentioned to wish back all of the erased universes. It didn't specify to bring back the ones from the Tournament of Power, so if they were to come back, it could make sense. Now, the thing is, in terms of the writing and the people who are creating the show, I feel it's very Toriyama-esque, or Toei-esque, I guess you could say, or Dragon Ball-esque, to do something without us realizing it. We've seen a lot of times throughout the Dragon Ball series where there's a plot line that kind of attaches itself to the past that people probably forgot about or didn't care about anymore. One major thing is the androids. If you look about Dr. Gero or Gero, whichever pronunciation you want to go with, how he wanted to get revenge on Goku for all of the events of the Red Ribbon Army, even though that was from all the way back in early Dragon Ball. And reintroducing...
I'll give you a better one. Here's
Right.
a better one than that. The Goku's power pole, the Nyoibo, at the beginning of the series he has it. We don't find out till close to the end of the series that he needs that to connect Karin Tower to the sanctuary of heaven, the sacred realm, Kami's lookout.
Right.
We had no idea what the true purpose of that was until deeper into the series, and I love that. Like, that's brilliant.
Right, and I think even if you want to go from the beginning, even Master Roshi was very shocked to see that Goku had it at the beginning, but they didn't really play around with the idea of it being Master Roshi's staff or anything like that. But, essentially I say all of that to bring up the point that Dragon Ball could do something like, hey, guess what, guys? You remember those erased universes? Well, we're going to make a whole plotline with them. And I thought about it logically, Geekdom. I think the only way you could really involve these universes would be to have a Tournament of Power 2. Because, like...
We could see it someday. I mean...
The thing that I got on with, and I got a lot of hate for doing this video a couple weeks ago, is when I defended Dragon Ball Super and talking about how one of the reasons why the Tournament of Power actually makes sense is because it's the only plotline that actually realistically makes sense to involve other universes. Because why would Goku randomly go to universe XYZ? Like, you have to think of a plot reason, and if you're going to reintroduce 6 at a time, it only makes sense for you to reintroduce these universes in a future tournament, or maybe a specific character from one of those specific universes.
Yeah, like Zamasu.
Right.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. And, the Tournament of Power, what I had said from the beginning was that it was a great way to introduce a lot of new characters and then build storylines off of the different universes. There may be a conflict in Ribrianne's universe, or, of course, Sadala, or whatever the case may be. And we talked about this for like a year. And, it's funny because when the Tournament of Power first started, a lot of people... See, one of the things that I have to say is that I feel like the Dragon Ball fandom as a whole gets a lot of crap they don't deserve, okay? Some people in the Dragon Ball fandom are very toxic. There's a lot of toxic anime fans out there. But there's a lot of really smart ones, too. And a lot of these toxic ones are smart. They just let their toxicity take over. But there's a lot of really smart Dragon Ball fans, and I couldn't even tell you how many of them were saying, what if when Goku or whoever makes that wish to bring back the universes, what if they screw up and bring back the 6 that Zeno deleted? What if the reason that Zeno deleted those universes is because they did something so bad, so they were so polluted with evil that he thought that he should have wiped them out? And what if these are actually dangerous universes that could end up being detrimental to the multiverse? And I'm just thinking, first of all, if you're out there and you said that, you're a great prognosticator, but you're also pretty smart, because that's a brilliant idea for a story arc. I mean, that is a great idea for a story arc that was teased several arcs ago. And it's one that I feel like, I don't know if Toei did it on purpose or not. I don't know the answer to this question, or Toriyama. But I feel like they purposely left it ambiguous at the end of 131, to where it could be just the 12 universes, and then that's fine. We still have Jiren and everybody else alive. Or it could actually be a situation where, yes, 17's wish and the Super Dragon misinterpreted the wish, and it wasn't just the 12, it was every universe that's ever been deleted, and thus those beings. We saw Frost come back too. See, that's the thing. It's not just the universes coming back as far as like their existence. It's also the people within the universes, because Frost came back, dude. So it's one of those things where the idea that the dragon misinterpreted the wish and created 6 and brought back the 6 universes that Zeno already deleted, that to me, and knowing how Zeno is really childish and wouldn't really even pay attention or care, like, that just tells me that there's a big chance that this could be a possibility. But I don't want to say it is, because it might not be. It might be us reading too much into it, Quinn. It might be us overthinking it. It might be that Toriyama and the staff over there didn't even think about that. Or maybe they'll come up with it. Maybe if they talk to people and they see what the fandom's talking about, maybe they will incorporate it into a storyline. Unfortunately, because they're in Japan, it makes it harder. I feel like if Toei were here, then they could actually see the stories and the ideas and incorporate them in there, because they're more in tune with the international audience, but they're not. They're very xenophobic. So what are your thoughts on the possibility? I mean, I think that this is one of those theories that is very plausible, and I'll be honest with you, I kind of want it to happen. I want that to be an arc.
The thing is, I think if it were to happen, Geekdom, I just feel like it would be very difficult to come up with a linear storyline that, like, can connect to everything. Like, would you, like, pick one universe out of those 6 that is, like, the really bad one, or would you pick, like, 2? Because, like, you gotta think, like, in a whole universe, you could create so many storylines. I think the problem is just trying to connect it to the characters that we already have. You know what I'm saying? And selecting, because there might have been some good universes that Zeno said, well, you know what? It's kind of like you have like one bad child, but then the mom or dad spanks all the kids. Maybe he just decided to wipe them all out at once. You know what I mean?
Like he did in the future.
Exactly.
I mean, it's possible. Yeah. It's just, again, to me, it wasn't, because here's the thing. Quinn, I rewatched that episode about 3 times, especially that scene, and I combed it, and I'm looking for clues. Like, I'm actually looking to see if, like, Grand Priest or Whis or one of the deity entities had said anything about this, and nobody said a damn word. So right now, just to be safe, I'm going to say that no, it was just the original 12 that got brought back, and the other 6 did not get brought back. But if they want to, like you said, later on say, oh, well, remember that wish? Yeah, it's 17's fault. Even though he intended good, he accidentally screwed up and created bad. Sort of like the whole thing with Raditz coming to Earth to get Goku. Like, had he not come to Earth and had the Scouter on, Vegeta and Nappa would have never overheard the whole Dragon Balls thing, and then they wouldn't have come. So it's just, the thing about Dragon Ball is it's very circumstantial, you know what I mean? That's the fact. Goku coming to Earth, he saved the Earth from Demon King Piccolo, but at the same time, he was sent to Earth to destroy it. So the whole story is just very circumstantial, which I like. I mean, I like that. It's good storytelling. So let us know in the comments, what do you think? Do you want to see that as an arc? Do you think that it's just 12? I mean, I pretty much laid everything out right now about the way that I feel about it. Is there anything you want to add to it, Kwame?
No, man. I mean, I think it's one of those things like in Dragon Ball where like the fan base comes up with the theory that seems to make a lot of sense, but then like maybe the staff probably even forgot that they did a lot of those things. Because in many cases, the staff doesn't even probably remember a lot of the things that the fan base comes up with, and that's what I think makes the Dragon Ball community rich. We think of a lot of stuff that the people making the show don't even think about.
I know. And it's unfortunate because some of the ideas that I've seen from the fandom are really, really good. Like, they really are good. In some ways, better than Dragon Ball Super, but still, like, not always. But I think that in this case, it's a plausible, good theory. This is one of those theories. This is not like, Hit's a Shadow clone or Goku Black is Goten. This one's actually one that is very plausible. If the wish in the episode, if 17 would have straight up said, I want to wish back the universes that were deleted by Zeno in this tournament in the last 48 hours, then no, there's just forget it. But the fact that it was very ambiguous, they got a rabbit in their hat right here. Will they use that rabbit? Will we see a movie or a TV series based on this mistaken wish? That remains to be seen. We'll talk to you later.